Hi there. I don't I don't know why I'm at the rooftop meeting you like this. Maybe it's because my favorite spot is over here. I was about to ask you if you want to smoke, but I think I think you don't smoke, right? So let me then. In this cold night, I thought of coming up here and maybe see the plane fly by, stargazing, that sort of thing. But it's quite thunderous today, or rather tonight. Life has been rather difficult to deal with. Whether it has merit to this, whether this chapter of mine is gonna be gone in a matter of days, months, years. Oh, did I forget the week? Ah, yes, the week as well. But honestly, I got something to talk about. I'm not just calling you up here for nothing. Storm like this is probably my favorite. I mean, I don't hate rain, but it make noise. I mean, the thunder does make noise too, but not as constant, and you get wet. So there's that. Speaking of wet, I listen to Radiohead, the bands, at least once a week. It's a good band. I recently listened to Pablo Honey. Is that how you spell it? How do you pronounce that? Pablo Honey? uh, Sound like something I would call you, honestly. I was shocked, really. Pablo Honey is make me realize how much I cannot take for granted for the latter album. I mean, back then I was hesitant to listen to the bands. It was kind of a scary story. Maybe to me, not to you. The cover art, yeah, they always spoke me. You know those thing people call uncanny valley? Yeah, the band's cover art pretty much fit that description. But then again, back then I had to, or rather, I often have nightmare about faces. It's not just that though. It's more like in a dream, those nightmares. I don't even dream of faces. The funny thing about dreams is that you don't really see the face, especially yourself in the mirror in a dream. Your brain is just making shit up for you to believe it. And that's the funny thing about the brain. It makes shit up. Stuff like that make me question whether my life is a reality or a nightmare. But yeah, as long as I can feel and touch and taste something good, then I wouldn't trade this for anything else. You know, those faces. It's something primal. It's a fear. Oh, excuse my English pronunciation. I said it's a fear, you know, not a sphere. Sphere is a different thing, whereas it's a fear is sound like disappearing, you know, rather than a square and a sphere. I know my English is not the best. So, what do you have for dinner? I kind of just eat whatever available really in my apartment. That's so. My lunch is not as great as yours, I bet. I mean, microwave food, really? I don't even know a microwave. Just buy it from convenience, I suppose. Yeah, I get that all the time. Eating a microwave food instead of actually go for a night walk and buy food, but I guess I'm too lazy for that. Anyway, about those faces, you can't see it in a dream. I mean, that you can't see the face, but you still feel something primal, like a ghost or a monster of the unknown, faceless. I think that's more scary than seeing the face, really. You know, I did some stream uh, last year about a game called I remember my word there, sorry, about Amnesia the Banga, and honestly, I'm more scared of the bullet than the actual monster itself. It's an odd thing you notice in life. If there's a monster that looking scary and I don't know, just typical monster thing, you know, I would have run, but I wouldn't be as scared compared to the darkness. And that's coming from someone who would have to fight the phobia all by himself. I mean, the fear of the darkness is pretty common, really. You don't see anything in there, you don't expecting anything to come out. Maybe you do, but I don't expect anything to come out of it. It was the anticipation, and that's what's scary about them. You anticipate for something to come out, but nothing did. So you left wondering what's really over there, and you couldn't go to sleep because, well, you know, sound like raining. Maybe it does rain. Hang on. You can hear that too, can't you? Sorry, I'm just kinda struggling with this breathing. They made it quite steady, aren't they? What was I talking about? Do you want me to talk about my favorite show? I mean, well, it's an old show already, but I once saw a video about the main character, I suppose. One of the main character, because, of course, he's not a solo protagonist, even though he stole the show. Steal the show. Stole the show. Which one is it? Beats me. And the thing that I used to go after those people in real life, well, not in a physical one anyway, digital one. Many years ago. Been almost a decade since that happened. It's kind of scary to think about. Like something actually happened there, and suddenly you found yourself more important than anything else. Kind of like walking the city and expecting something to happen. Nothing happened. But then it happened. Life sure is unpredictable. But the more you live by, the more you stay on the earth and, you know, breathe. You notice the pattern. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Could be a curse. Because the pattern I'm seeing is not very good. I mean, it's not the best. You know how it is. Maybe that's why I like True Detective Season 1 a lot. I don't plan to watch the other season. Maybe they're good, but nothing beat Russ, am I right? I mean, who wouldn't love a quirky character? Maybe you should start watching House MD. What does MD even stand for in House? Medical department? Again, beat me. No, it's an S. Beats me. There you go. I wonder if living in the city is always like this. You come to smoke in on the rooftop, on the rooftop, rather. I'm sorry. Can't speak my mouth. Smoking like this. Rooftop smoking. Stay away from that shit. It's not good for you. Nicotine is one hell of a drug. I wouldn't recommend anything close to it. Even for recreational purposes, these substances, they just stick around like ash in your throat. It changes you as a person. It changes you physically, mentally, and well, kind of plane of existence that you can imagine. If you do believe in that kind of thing, like I did. No such thing as a one-dimensional world, because we don't live in one. A straight line, Or maybe A two-dimensional well. That would make it a circle, wouldn't it? And again, I have to emphasize this. We live in a third dimension, or rather three-dimensional well. And that is a sphere. Sort of, not really. I'm not a scientist, beats me. There's one thing about said in True Detective. People running around in a circle, kind of like a loop. But then you realize that we're meant to be on a sphere. Be somewhere, you know? Some place, some time, some point. It's not just the universe that wraps its arm around us, become a physical manifestation so you can see things, you can feel it. But also a human element to that. That's why I said at some point, it's a meaningful discussion. Russ even said something about human, or rather the can consciousness that come with it. We become too self-aware or something like that. He says some out-of-pocket bullshit, but once you sit down and thought about it a little bit, you realize that he's right. He's right in his own way. Not everyone is the same. The truth can be so different and drastically, I don't know, to put it into words about extraordinary, I suppose. We got our own version of the third dimension, or rather the 3D dimension, really? 3 dimension, not the third dimension. That's the ranking order. But yeah, the 3D dimension is in motion. Nothing ever stops. If it stopped, then, well, it's dead. I wonder people in the future, I wonder if they can sort of like I don't know, how do I put it? Afford a living? Usually it's the heritage and, heritage. That kind of thing keep people around. You move places, you explore options, you make the most of it. But at some place, sometime, some point, they just stay still. Like a line or a circle. I mean, to be fair, if it's a circle, then you can branch it into many different things. If it's a line, then well, I think it's best to describe something else entirely. Because at least circle, you can be a certain coordinate places, Whether that's your physical manifestation or your mental places. It's kind of scary, think about it. Because what if it turns out we just a two-dimensional creature that just so happened to live in a 3D, three-dimensional world? I'm speaking gibberish. Don't mind me. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that maybe what we see and what we do is not what it seemed to be. People often write a sci fi novel, or a story, or a movie, or even anime, cartoons, small project, depicting us exploring the fourth dimension or beyond that. But it got me thinking every night, you know? This kind of shit, it make me think. Like, what if we just a one-dimensional, two-dimensional creature that just perceive in three-dimensional world and manifestation? I mean, you don't have to believe me. I just kind of put that out my ass, really. For the time being, you can just enjoy the will. Well, the will itself, I don't know. Maybe it will go away at some point, at some time. But for now, it's here. You can just, I don't know, experience it, keep it in the backlog of your memory. The so called consciousness that makes us human. But you know, the funny thing is, I don't think consciousness and awareness is the same thing. The one that makes you question yourself, your routine, your reason, your habit, their instinct, awareness in animals. Some are prey, they eat grass and running away from the predator. As for the predator, well, they hunt for food, they attack, they run against the clock of time. I don't even know why I put the human element there. The concept of time is a very debatable idea. I mean, how can you prove time is real? It's only a perception, right? What if, as a human being or an animal, you lose that perception entirely? What would become of you then if you lose that? The idea of the day, months, years, history, we write down in our mind. We kind of we kind of just trust ourselves with it, you know? Kind of like math. And man, I hate math really badly. I guess I can say that I suck at it a lot actually. What do you call it in English again? Like plus, minus, times, and what else? What's the other one? That one I just give from my sixth grade. And then I realized, far into the future of where I am now, the present, which is funny because I'm talking about time, right? And let's just say that, oh yeah, I think it's called subtract. No, that's minus. Oh, was that subtract? So many terms in English. Make my head spin. But yeah, the thing about trying to find the numbers or whatever, they use like this Asian way to do it. And I'm not even sure if it's common kind of just something that you see every day in class back then. Now I'm gonna rant a little bit about school, but they don't really teach children to be this like their own people, their own person, which kind of annoy me a little bit because I thought that's the only way you can do subtract or whatever you're gonna call it. And most people in my school back then they do it by the Asian technique. And in a way, it made me confused as to why we need to do that. I thought that was a definitive way to do it. A truth, some might say. But like I said, I realized it. At this point of time, there are many, many other ways to do subtract. I know it's a boring conversation between you and I, talking about math, grade school math no less. Ah, we're post so on we. I guess that's what makes us human in a way. I mean, what are the odds of two person colliding with each other without any repercussion? I exist because of you, and you because of you. I can't say. Don't mind me. I stutter a lot when I'm trying to be smart. Or rather than trying to be smart, I try to sound smart. Man, doing YouTube for 3 years doesn't mean shit. I mean, I can read a whole paragraph now. Sometimes one or two or three odd ones in one sitting, no retake is kind of fun. Back then, I would read like a sentence and then I would cut it. And then I would read another sentence and then I would cut it. And then I would stitch them up and it's become like this abomination of a word. So the script was like no less than 5 minutes. And then come Shanghai Holiday. Can you believe my name is Holiday? My surname, Holiday? Totally didn't steal that from Deadlock or the social media. Just like the idea of it, you know? I'm always on holiday. And when the holiday is over, I just said, holiday's over, motherfucker. As for Shanghai, well, that's what people call me. Holidays sound like an event, you know? Time, period. We keep going back to time, huh? What's wrong with me today? Tonight made me feel existential, really, truly. You know, I did, I did ask you to come up here so I can talk with you about something, but I kind of got sidetracked, honestly. I mean, I love Radiohead. I can tell you a little bit about Radiohead, since that's what I text you to come meet me and talk about this. Radiohead, it feel weird. Like, imagine listening to OK Computer and then Kid A all the way to a moon-shaped pool. Then you come back to listen to the bands, and then you realize the band is pretty good. It's very Radiohead like. And then you go back to the first album, go by public standard anyway. I'm not sure if they made any music or song before that. But the first album just make me feel sober. And that was a weird thing because, I mean, I'm not saying that drinking is good. I would say it's really bad, but when I listened to the first album, Pablo Honey, for the first time, I I feel sober, even though I was drinking a little bit. And then I realized how special it was to take it for granted to listen to all the Radiohead. The good ones, I guess. The good is debatable. But me and I listened to almost all of the album except King of Limbs, the King of Limbs, or something like that. Never got a chance to listen to it. I don't think I listened to Amnesiac either. I did just listen to the premiere song or whatever. It's a good song, I suppose. But to see that they come so far from that, this is a rock band, five guys doing music. Eventually become like this performative, experimental kind of thing. I mean, I do want to make music of my own, but I guess I'm too lazy. I'm too tired to do anything. But I still manage anyway. I mean, I'm procrastinating a lot, but well, I don't know what to say. Do you think Storm can whisper? Do you think that Rain can have a conscience, even for mere seconds? Do they know what they are before they become a blob of water in the street? Before the cloud forming into something grand, something beyond human comprehension? Unless you're a pilot, of course, you see cloud every day, even inside them. I spent most of my, I guess, teen life not exactly a middle schooler or high schooler, kind of just studying my grade and cloud gazing, as you would call it. Cloud gazing and glazing, gazing, cloud gazing on those and think about how big they have to be to cast a shadow on me. They're so huge, so you think it's gonna be cloudy over there, right? But now, you know this the sun hit you all the same. And then you realize how big the world is, how big the clouds were, and how fast they move. And maybe that is the time. Emotion, not in a sense that it has weight or momentum, but emotion as in perception. The clouds, in our perception, it can move because of time. And time doesn't wait unless you got some kind of reverse flash or some shit. Time doesn't wait, it just come and go. I mean, as I'm speaking to you now, as the clock is ticking, time is in a motion, like I said. Sometimes it's nice to just exist, isn't it? I mean, the silence between the conversation and me talking about stuff. It can be cathartic, doesn't have to be special. The stillness, the motion, is part of the living life. You can see the movement from up here as well. Just look below. Cars, people walking by the street. You look down, you see people like ants, and vehicles like bugs. And then you look around you. You realize things around you, they're like a colony. It's beautiful. And then you look up at the sky and then you realize, oh, we're just a human. A human being, you know. Clouds are big, storm are approaching, and I guess I just hope it won't rain, otherwise it's gonna be all soggy. Having a soggy cigarette is never a good thing. It beats me because, well, I never had that before. I mean, I kinda do, but not at the same time. I never thought I would make this far in life. How long will I last, I wonder? I'm not saying that because of a certain ideation or anything like that. I'm just saying. Because my whole life I didn't really expect to be this old. And then 10 years later, it's gonna be the same question. What? Why? How? How did I become this old? And at that point, I think you should stop asking. But right now, well, I think I deserve a question. Even if there's no answer. Not yet, anyway. It's kind of funny. If you live in a city, you can see how slow things were, the construction, the bureaucracy, the things that expanding the city, the people in it, infrastructure, everything. It feels so slow. I visited a countryside before. Not exactly remote place or rural area for that matter. But once you're there, you kind of just realize how fast things are actually going. So in a sense, a position and places, it matters more than, well, more than you thought. Like a scale of something is visible, right? But in the city, you see what are we there. In the countryside, if something happened, well, you're gonna be sitting there watching the road getting paid. Paid? Is that the right word for it? I don't want to say build because, well, it's not building. I guess the right word would be made, not paid. pavement getting made. Yes, that do sound right to me. Anyway, I should get going. It's gonna rain soon. And I hate rain. At least, well, with my cigarette anyway. Oh, and no, it's not a good thing. Smoking is not good, just don't smoke. It's intoxicating. It's a substance in a way. You smoke go by and, well, the next moment you realize you just smoke a whole pack. Smoke a whole pack in just one night. Anyway, I know I want you to meet me up here, but I guess I was just ranting about random stuff. Let's do this again sometime later. The dream's over. Time to wake up. I don't even know who I'm talking to. Well, what am I kidding? I'm talking to you. You and you alone, because no one else. Who else could it be? My own thought process? My own alter ego? My own it? Outdated shit, man. It's time to learn something new. But those kind of thing, well, they lay the foundation. If you can't appreciate the stick and stone, you don't appreciate the steel pipe we have right now. The whole building was made by some hairless ape just realized that they can cook meat. They discover fire, cave painting, building a village and building and building and building. At a certain point, we'll run out of things to do and we'll be bored. I'm stalling, aren't I? Well, I guess this is where we go down and grab something to eat, maybe. I'm not very confident in my choice of food because I can eat pretty much anything. Speaking of that, I feel very damn hungry. Can we go down? Let's go down and go by the market, okay? And don't worry, the place, the point in time, it all matters. This may feel short to you. This may feel long to you. To me, well, it is what it is. And when we're on the market, well, maybe time will run shorter or longer. Depends on how you say it. But I think if you enjoy the market, well, time will go by quick. Trust me, I've been there before. I think we have been there before. But I said been because I haven't got into that moment since. I know I should stop stalling. I mean, I'm hungry as hell. Come on, let's go. Ciao, Bella.